Welcome to the Raider Life Podcast. I'm your host, Charlie Boots. This interview has been trimmed from its original format to meet YouTube and Facebook's video standards. For entire episodes and bonus interviews, head on over to RaiderLife.com or subscribe on the Apple Podcast app. Now, let's get into this week's episode. Dallas and Decca's daddy and Raider Nation captain, Mr. Derek Carr. Derek, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, great. Congratulations on a great season, man. And Raider Nation wants to know, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Rehab's going great. Just going through the process. Ever since, we lost, our playoff game, we've taken it real slow just to make sure there's no setbacks. And so far there haven't been any. And now I don't plan on there being any. So I should be full go here, really soon, which is frustrating because I could have been a while back, but we decided to take it slow once we were out of the playoffs, rightfully so. So doing really well and looking forward to next season.
Beautiful. What kind of workouts you doing now? What are you able to do?
I'm doing my normal workouts now. I have been for quite some time now. It's just range of motion, stretching, all those kind of things, and the ankle, all those kind of stuff, just getting the flexibility back in certain things. So, that's going really well, and we're almost there, man. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Beautiful. You look good, man. We saw on February 12th, you did the event at the Brave Church. You look good up there, man. Saw the video. You seemed to be moving, and you had a lot of positivity, man. The video was very nice.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, man, that day was something else, man. To actually see with my own eyes people, being healed and things like that. It was a sight to be seen, man. It was a lot of fun.
What's the difference between the jitters you get before you take the field and the jitters you got that day before you took the stage?
Oh man, to be completely honest with you, when I go and I go and preach and things like that, I don't get nervous, and I think that playing in front of hundreds of thousands of people, because they're watching on TV also. I think that has really done well for me, because then I go and speak in front of just 1,400 people. I mean, it's not really anything, So right. I think it's been a really good thing for me.
Man, so Derek, we just got back from Houston for Super Bowl, and you got so much love down there in Sugar Land and in the Houston area and in California. You kind of came up in both cities, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I spent 7 years of my life in Sugar Land, Texas, and really grew up there from before sixth grade till after my junior year. And it's a special place to me. I love the people there. I love the South. My whole mom's side of the family is from Texas, so that's just kind of been in my blood since I was little. So to be able to be there and really kind of grow up there, it was really kind of cool for me.
Yeah, that had to be awesome, man. So did you head down there when David got drafted?
Yes, we did. David bought my parents a house, and we were able to move down there and be close with them and be able to experience that. That is something that I will definitely always be grateful for.
Man, and an image that always sticks out in our heads is that David Carr draft night, young Derek Carr up there on stage with him with the Fresno fitted. What was going through your head that night, man, when you saw Big Brother get drafted?
Man, it's just it's kind of surreal. It doesn't really hit you what's going on. The crazy part is that it seems normal. That's what every kid my age gets to do. And little did I know, as I grew older, I found out how rare that was. And so I've just been grateful, man, for that opportunity to be able to stand on that stage with him and to just take that in. That's a moment that I'll never forget. What kid 11, 12 years old walks up, shakes the owner of the Texans' hand, and shakes the commissioner of the NFL's hand, and tells him he'll be back. Who does that?
That is the storybook.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
See you soon, commish. Oh man, I hope you see him at 52 this year. Are you kidding me?
I know.
So let me ask you this: when you're growing up in Fresno and Pops would take you guys out back, play football, what was the typical training session and backyard session with Papa Carr?
So when we lived in Fresno, I was so young. He would take my brother David, and he'd have him do drop backs, and then he'd take Darren, and have Darren chase him around and try and tackle him, you know. And, you know, I was so young, I was probably just sitting there watching. And then when we moved to Bakersfield and a little bit in Houston, my dad, he would always tell me this. He said, you know, whatever sport you're playing, whatever season we're in, just give me an hour a day to work hard with you, bust our tail, learn how to strain for something you want. And you can do whatever else you want with the other 23. He said, I trust myself and your mom that we've raised you right. You won't be an idiot. You know, you'll go to bed on time, those kind of things. That's what he always told me. He made us grow up a little bit on our own, you know, and just taught us the meaning of hard work. And he knew if we worked hard enough, we'd be too tired to stay up anyway, you know. So we'd go, and he taught us that, you know, if you have a dream in your heart and you have something that you're, you know, kind of good at, if you work your tail off, anything is possible. And, you know, and so far he's been right with all three of us, you know. You know, David played in the NFL. I'm getting to play in the NFL. Darren would have played in the NFL, but had, you know, a little irregular heartbeat, so he ended up coaching, which was his other passion. So now he's the head coach of a team that wins Valley almost every year. So, you know, it's just, you know, he taught us that if we had something good we're good at and we worked our tail off, you know, pretty much the American dream, you know, anything is possible, you know, with that. So, you know, that's what he did with us.
That is awesome, and it's awesome to see you guys as a family keep continuing and sharing that through Carr Elite. I love what you guys got going on.
Oh yeah, you know, we got our gym, you know, down, you know, in Bakersfield, and you know, it's just how do I say? It's just a fantastic way, and I don't want to say give back, but it really kind of is, you know, because we're giving kids, boys and girls, and adult, you know, men and women, a place to come, express themselves in the weight room, you know, have goals. We're going to help you work hard to attain them. And that's something that our trainer, you know, Eric Mahanke, does a fantastic job of. He sets goals for people. He lets them set their goals, what they want to accomplish, and then he helps them get there. You know, he pushes them, and we do it in a fun atmosphere. There's never a lack of jokes, you know, when we're in the gym, you know, and we want it to be a place where you get positive coaching. We want it to be a place where you come in and have fun while you're, you know, absolutely destroying your body, you know, and,
absolutely,
you know, and, you know, I think that, you know, there's so many, bad coaches, and I don't want to say so many, you know, it's only like 10% of the guys that ruin it for the rest of, you know, the kids, but, you know, there's so much bad coaching out there and so much wrong teaching that, you know, we wanted to have right teaching and have it fun and, have it be an experience that people, you know, someday down the road say, you know, man, I wish I could go back there and do that again.
Absolutely, and that impact will be with those kids for life, man. And that Carr Elite logo's sick too. They did their thing with that.
Yes, they did. I'm glad that, you know, people are smarter than me and could figure that out. You know, that, you know, they didn't leave it up to me, because it just probably would have been a Times New Roman Carr Elite, you know. So I'm glad that they figured it out.
So get this, I got this one for you. I don't know if you know about this. So the guys that do the Carr Elite stuff, they also did the jerseys for the Battle of the Bay. You know the basketball game, the Niners versus Raiders Battle of the Bay game?
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know that they did that.
And there's a Derek Carr Battle of the Bay basketball jersey floating around out there. We're trying to locate for you.
You know what's so funny is it's at my house.
He located it, folks.
Yeah. Someone finally got it to me, and it is in my house. Obviously, I didn't play, and probably never will play. You know, until I'm done playing football. But it was. I told them. I said they asked me. They needed another person, and no one was doing it. And I was like, you know, coach is probably gonna be mad, but I got my teammates back always. I said, hey, I'll do it. You give me a jersey, I'll do it. You know, and you know, those things. And then finally, they had the jersey made, but then they found somebody else, so I didn't have to, you know, have coach get on my back.
Oh man, we're pumped you got it, and strictly moral support at basketball games till football is done. I think we like that.
Yes, no doubt.
So where were your passions growing up? Was it spread out between the sports, or did you know football was for you?
Oh yeah, so I grew up playing basketball. I grew up playing baseball, football, and then I ran track just to, you know, get faster, you know, from my sports. You know, I didn't run track, you know, to really try and I can't say I didn't run it to win, because everything I do I try and win. But you know, I knew that track I wasn't going to run in the Olympics, you know. You know, at a 4.6 40. That's not going to win too many 200s. So I knew that it probably wasn't for me, but it was good to help me get faster and get stronger in my legs and conditioning that way. But basketball was my favorite sport, and probably still is. To be honest with you, I thoroughly enjoy it. I tell everybody on my team I got the best jumper on the team. There's hands down. It's not even close.
Boy.
And my effort on defense is impeccable. I'm going to frustrate you for 48 minutes. Those kind of things. And it's not going to be some soft brand of basketball either. I'm going to be physical with you.
He's a Raider.
And that's right. That's right. And I tell them all the time too. I said, hey, you miss every shot you don't take. So if the ball comes to me, don't expect to get it back. I always felt I grew up watching Kobe play, and he's my favorite athlete of all time. So I watched him take all those shots, and I couldn't really blame him. So I just took all the shots too. I love basketball, baseball. I pitched. Not a lot of people know that I pitched and played third base and shortstop. Then as I started getting faster, I started playing center field because I thought, well, I can throw, from the fence all the way in. I can throw it, right, and I can run and track these balls down. So I started playing center a little bit my last year, and then I did like a travel team deal, where you travel and play, and I got burnt out, man. I got burnt out and never wanted to play baseball again. I just, just one day I told my dad, I said, I don't want to play anymore. It isn't that fun to me. And I didn't like the fact that I would get struck out. I had to wait probably an hour and a half to hit again. If I throw a pick six, I get to go right back out there and fix it, So I like that. I like more opportunities,
It's cool the fact that you were a kid and you burnt out from a sport, and now you apply that to Carr Elite. You were just saying with the kids, that's great.
That's exactly right. And I have so many, obviously we all have so many experiences that we could share with them. And that's one thing we don't want to do, man. We always want to, football is still fun to me. When football isn't fun, then I'm not going to play it. I have so many things that I want to do. I want to go around and preach. I want to go around and coach kids and things like that. But I have a feeling football is going to be pretty fun for me for a long time.
Yeah, man, you keep it fun for the nation. And what's awesome about you is that you have such a strong spiritual side, and you also have such a fierce will to win and competitive side. And that just win, baby, Raider is really in your fabric, man. You're a true Raider, and I really hope you're a Raider for life.
I really appreciate that, and that's my plan. I want to be, a Raider forever. There's no doubt about that. I don't want to play for anybody else. That's just a fact, and I'm not scared to say it. That's just what I want to do. And my dad's side of the family growing up was all Raider fans. My brothers had matching starter Raider jackets. When they were growing up. So the Raider blood has been in me for a while. My uncle played, Lon Boyette played tight end for a little bit.
That is
with the Raiders. And so it's just
that's your mom's brother?
That is my mom's brother-in-law.
Okay.
And actually him and my dad were best friends growing up, so it's pretty cool.
Wow.
That it just all worked out that way. But yeah, man, I don't want to go anywhere. This is my team. And that will to win, to be honest with you, comes from being the youngest and having to catch up. And I tell you this too, it's always fun to talk about, is growing up I decided, who's the most competitive person out there in any sport? And just my opinion, I thought Kobe Bryant was. And so I said, man, I'm going to watch this guy, I'm going to learn from this guy, his competitiveness, his drive, and I'm going to try and emulate that. And so honestly, I watched every video, every documentary, absolutely did every interview on this guy, and just tried to match that drive, and passion that he had. And so far, it's taught me how to compete.
And it's inspiring to see you and Kobe, the relationship you guys are forming together too. We see him tweeting for your recovery. I'm sure you're in touch with him, and that's real good to see, man.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. No, at first when he, followed me on Twitter, I was surprised that he knew my name. I was like, how does this guy even know who I am? And it kind of just blew my mind, which is a great thing. It's really cool. It shows you how I view myself. I'm still that little kid growing up, running around Fresno, Bakersfield, California. So I was like, man, he knows who I am. This is awesome. And when I got to meet him, he like walks up and gives me a hug, and I was like, oh my goodness, like don't let go, kind of a creeper thing. Just kidding. But I just love the guy, man. I'm a super big fan. There's only one person in the world that like I get like starstruck by, and it was him. And nobody else, no football player, basketball player of all time, doesn't matter, just him. Because I think it was all the time I spent, just trying to emulate my game like his.
Man. Another great that you got to hang out around and get influence from was Charles Woodson. What's one gem you carry with you that you got from Woody?
Oh my goodness. I think the coolest thing Seawood ever did for me was that he was always just honest. He just he always pushed me to a limit that I didn't know was there, that he saw in me. And it's something that I'm starting to see in other people, and I can push them. And I'm never scared to work. If you tell me that it's impossible to go through that brick wall, well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to figure out a way. Somehow, some way. And he saw that in me, and he would push me. I would say something in an interview, and he would listen to it because he cared about my career and he cared about me growing to be great. And he would say, "Hey, man, don't say that. You need to say it like this." And it would open my eyes to, wow, that is greatness right there, teaching me, And he would just do every little thing like that. So though I never once in my whole life, or in my whole years with him, saw him miss a practice on his own decision. If it was up to him, he was out there. Towards, I think his last year, coach made him sit out. Like they had to tell, like, Wood, we need you healthy for the whole thing. We need you fresh. Please, you can't practice on Wednesday. Like, we're not letting you. He did it for, 17, 18 years in a row. And they were finally like, look, we're not letting you do it.
Incredible.
It was incredible. And the work ethic, the drive. I remember one day, one of my first memories of him was, we had just gotten out of meetings, and I'm walking past this window where you could see the field. And Wood was already out there getting drills in. And I was like, there's no way that this man got out of meetings, got dressed, and was already out there. And he sat in the meeting, he did what he had to do, and he told Coach, hey, I got to go early. And he just took off. He started working on stuff that he messed up in the game before. And I just saw that, and for him to be at, what year he was at, and for him to still have that drive, it just motivated me even more. It's just little things like that you see and you just take in and you put into your game. When I'm 40 years old someday, I'm going to be working like that too, So there's so many things, we could talk for hours about Wood, but I'll just say this, man. The man is great. He's a legend. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I'm glad that I got to have some time with him.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this, man. Growing up, I'm sure you were watching Seawood when you were seeing the Raiders play. What were your thoughts when you would see the black hole, see the monsters, see all these characters? What does that mean to you, and what does that Raider mystique mean to you?
Oh, my goodness. It means everything because, I think it's so funny that every team now, basketball, maybe some baseball, football, they try and say nation with everything. There's only one nation. That's Raider Nation. And everyone knows it. Everyone tried to, they're like, oh, that's sweet. Let's copy it. No, well, you can copy it, but you just know that you're second place. Our fans are number one. Our fans are the best. And they truly are a nation. What that is family. And, you get so many different walks of life that are Raider fans. You get so many different, socio-economic groups that are Raider fans. And it is so beautiful, man, because they all come together. They all love one another and they all cheer for their team. And, it's it blows my mind that, sometimes, we can't do that as a nation, meaning United States. And I think that, if you look at Raider fans, although some of the fights and stuff like that could chill out a little bit, but that's just their passion. If you look at just the different walks of life that come together and represent one cause and root for one team, I think it's something to be proud of, and I think it's something that, everyone should kind of take a step back and, kind of admire. I think our fans really admire what they've done, to be honest with you, because that just doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen. So it's really cool. Raider Nation is the one and only nation, and I've known that since I was little, man.
Man, and you know what? You're right. The Raider brand represents, and Al Davis founded it on that everyone was equal, that everyone had a shake in Raider Nation, and it's real cool to see you leading that now and knowing what that brand represents and representing it wholeheartedly.
Oh man, I appreciate you saying that because you're exactly right. Al Davis set the tone. Hiring the first African American head coach. Hiring the first. You can go on and on. The first lady in the front office. Just different things. And I think that just shows that we all are created equally. We all are created equally, and if we can all come together for one cause and one sound, mind, one heartbeat, then something special can happen. And that's why when the Raiders are winning, it's good for football. You hear people say that all the time because there's something special about the organization. There's something special, about our fans. And I think that as we continue to win and things like that, people will see it more and more, just how it's just an amazing group of people that come together and, love one another and have fun on game day.
Absolutely. And folks, it's also the best looking uniform in pro sports. You're not going to match it anywhere.
You're exactly right about that.
So, man, let's talk. You're a family man, and Raider Nation, we got a big family gathering March 24th in Modesto at the Modesto Event Center. The Carr brothers present Chalk Talk, where David and Derek will be there, and David will be interviewing you. You'll be going over game tape. There's a tailgate. It's a whole experience, folks. Derek, tell them a little about what they could expect with Chalk Talk.
Yeah, this is going to be an amazing thing. Not only are we going to talk about life and, go in depth on some of the things that we've hit on, here today, but we're going to break down film. This is something that doesn't happen. We're going to break down, coverages. We're going to break down all these things and really go in depth to show, our fans and those close to us just how much goes into just one little play. It may seem like just a routine touchdown or a routine play, but we're going to break all that down. We have two, football minds that, combined between me and my brother have, really, about 15 years of professional experience, and, so it's going to be fun to just sit there and teach people and just kind of blow their minds a little bit, with how much goes into, these plays and things like that. And then we're going to answer some questions. We're going to give people a chance because I know how it is. Like if I was going to hear someone I like, and root for talk, I want to ask them a question, so we're going to answer some questions, my brother and I, and it's going to be a great time, man. We're just, this is all about community, man. I just like, opening my arms, showing people I'm just a normal person, wrapping them up and just saying, hey, let's do life together for a couple hours. Let's just, let's enjoy it and let's have some fun.
Absolutely. And folks, if Derek does hit you with the hug, let go. Don't hit him with the Mamba. Don't let go line.
That's right. That's right. You gotta let go.
So, Derek, last question we got for you is if you're facing David right now in a fierce Madden game, what is your go-to play?
Oh man, 4 verticals. 4 verticals. If he plays man, I'm gonna take my best matchup. Plays cover 3, I'm gonna rip one of those seams. May even audible. Put a comeback on the outside just in case he tries to midpoint the corner. And then if all else fails, I'm going to dump it down to my back, man, because you can't go broke taking a profit. So.
Oh, man. Derek, man, thank you so much for catching up with us. And before you go, what do you got to say to Raider Nation?
Hey, Raider Nation, love you guys. God bless you. And hopefully look forward to seeing you guys out on March 24th in Modesto. It's going to be a great time.
Well, that'll do it for this week's episode. Thanks for joining us again here on the Raider Life Podcast. I'm your host, Charlie Boots, and for more episodes, head on over to RaiderLife.com. Don't forget, follow us on Twitter at RaiderLifePOD and on Facebook by searching Charlie Boots. God bless you and your families, and I'll see you next time here on the Raider Life.